In this video, we're going to talk about the one thing that everyone cares about. How do you make money using the Cash App investing platform? If you have any questions throughout this video at all, please leave them down in the comments below and I will answer every single question you have. Real quick, if you want a free $5 from Cash App, all you have to do is use my link down in the description of this video to open up an account. Once you do that, when you send $5 to someone, Cash App will give you a free $5. You're more than welcome to send me $5 and then I'll refund it to you. That way you can make an easy $5 without having to send it to somebody else. I'll have my cash tag down in the description of this video. First things first, go ahead and open up your Cash App app. If you don't actually own any stocks yet, you can follow along on my screen. If you own some on your own, you can go ahead and follow along on your own screen. So to get into the investing side of things, we're going to go ahead and click the squiggly line right there to the right to get us into the Cash App investing side of things. And as you can see, I have $162.45 invested. That's what my portfolio is. So if we scroll down, we can look at what's actually in my portfolio, starting out with rocket companies, Apple, Nvidia, Home Depot, Spotify, and so on. So we're going to go ahead and actually look at some of these. Now, there's two ways to make money investing in the stock market using Cash App investing. The first way is by buying low and selling high. And the second way I'll talk about in just a minute. So essentially you want to buy stocks when they're low and sell when they're high. But you don't always know when they're going to be low and when they're going to be high. You don't know how often that's going to happen. So you kind of have to do your own research to really figure it out. But let me show you some examples of these stocks that I'm invested in just to give you an idea. So the first one we're going to look at is let's look at Spotify. So I'm going to click on my Spotify stock. And as you can see, if I scroll down a little bit, I've invested $10 and I've had gains of $5.37. So that looks like a small amount, right? But it's all dependent on how much you've invested. You've got to expect if you invest a small amount, then you're of course going to get a smaller return. The larger amount that you invest, you're going to get a larger return. So it's a matter of how much you want to risk with investing in the stock market. What's more important is what is the percentage return. That's essentially what really matters, not necessarily the dollar amount, because like I said, it's all relative to how much you're actually investing. So to figure out the return based on a percentage, what I can do is I can click on those three dots, and this shows me what my gains are at this point in time. So my unrealized gains are 53.7%, which is really good. That is very, very good. Even though I've only made $5.37, those returns on a percentage basis are so good. Now, one thing to always remember is that you don't actually make money until you sell. You also don't actually lose money until you sell. I'm going to show you a losing stock that I own in just a minute and go over that. So in this case, because I haven't sold this stock yet, my gains are unrealized. That's why it says unrealized gains. Now, once I sell the stock, that's when it's going to be realized gains, if that makes sense. If it doesn't, like I said, leave questions down in the comments below, and I'll be more than happy to answer any questions for you. So I'm going to go ahead back. So I'm going to hit the X. I'm going to show you a losing stock that I have. I'm going to hit the back button again. And then I'm going to find one. I actually only have one loser at this point in time, believe it or not. JP Morgan Chase. We're going to click on that. And you can look up top, see my stock is worth $2.96 because you can buy partial shares. So we're going to scroll down, and I've invested $3 and I've had a loss of 4 cents. Now, if I want to see it on a percentage basis, I'm going to go ahead and click the three dots. And this shows you my unrealized gains, but in this case, I've had a loss. That's why you see the arrow going down. Now, I am down 1.33%. But once again, I have not actually lost money yet. I don't actually lose money until I sell. Now, I'm personally a buy and hold investor. When I buy a stock, I expect to hold it for a long time, years and years, 10, 20, 30 years, a very long time. So I am holding on to this stock because I'm expecting it to go up. I'm expecting it to go back up. If you're getting some value from this video, please do me a huge favor and smash that thumbs up button. So because I'm expecting it to go back up, I am not selling the stock. That's one thing to keep in mind. Don't just sell stocks because they're down. Hold on to them for as long as you can because they're most likely going to go back up as long as the company doesn't go bankrupt. I mean, not all the time, but usually just as long as it's a nice, strong, stable company that's been around for a long time, then you're usually going to be okay. I don't want to guarantee it because it's never a guarantee, but try not to sell when a stock is down because once again, that is when you lose money. The second way to make money through Cash App investing is through investing in a company or buying stock in a company that pays dividends. So not all companies pay dividends. Dividends are usually paid out on a quarterly basis. 1 quarter is 3 months. So there's 4 quarters within the year. Now some companies will pay a dividend once a month, or it's usually, for most of them, it's going to be once a quarter. Now, all a dividend is a company is basically a company saying, hey, when you own any shares of our stock, we're going to pay you a dividend. So, for example, if you own Coca-Cola, their dividend might be 30 cents per share. So if you own 1 share of Coca-Cola, then they're going to pay you 30 cents every quarter of the year to give you kind of a return. So that's another way that you can make money through investing in stocks through Cash App investing. Now, if you own a partial share, so for example, if you own half a share of Coca-Cola and their dividend is 30 cents, then you will actually get 15 cents. So whatever fraction of that stock that you own, you'll get the same fraction of the dividend. So that's why you'll see a lot of people that will invest are essentially dividend investors. So they're basically just investing in companies that pay dividends. So one of the companies that I own that pays a dividend is Apple. So here's my shares. I own $20.30 worth of Apple. So in this case, I would get a dividend. I'm not sure what it is. I believe this payout is about 10 cents, I think is what it is. If I go to my history, so if I click that clock right there, then it should list where my dividend was. There it is. There's the Apple dividend. It's not 10 cents. I guess it's 3 cents. So that's the amount of dividend that I got paid for the previous quarter. So that's kind of cool, and that's another way to make money, and you'll see a lot of people investing just for the dividends. Once again, not all companies are going to pay dividends, so keep that in mind. And I don't believe the Cash App investing app actually shows you whether or not a company pays a dividend, so that might be something that you're going to have to Google on your own just to be sure. If you want a free stock through Robinhood, then use my link down in the description to open up a Robinhood account. Once you do that and you deposit money, you will get a free stock through Robinhood. If you want to know how to find stocks using the Cash App investing app, then watch the top video next. If you want to know how to sell stocks, then watch the bottom video next.